Hi Leo, here is a general look at your solar chart for August 2014, and may I wish you a happy birthday. Now, this time of the year, of course, the sun has come home into its home sign, your sign, Leo, the golden winged lion, and you children of the golden lion, your ruling force is not a planet, it's the sun. And this is a powerful time of the year for you with the sun in your sign, and it's a good time for you to, yes, be taking stock of things and just sort of, sit back, take your space, take your time, and reflect, but also go for the things that you want to do, which make you feel good, which give you a sense of empowerment. Your sign rules the solar plexus, and that is the chakra or the energy center to do with confidence, to do with creativity, to do with also fearfulness as well, and emotion. Your core self needs to feel strong. So do whatever you feel like doing at this time. You do have the green light for it. It is your time. And there's a lot going on in a very kind of, it's almost like it's going on to do with the past. I mean, in general, you're in a very long transit of Saturn at the root of your chart, challenging you to take responsibility maybe for past decisions, and to meet the obligations that you have to those places or people to do with those past decisions, whether those are a member of the family or property, and also dust swept under the carpet to do with the past, which is not your fault at all, but you have always got this maybe leak in your energy field because of the actions of others historically. So there's a huge amount going on at the root of your chart, and this is on a deeper level than the position just at the moment of the sun, which is in your sign. However, there will be some sort of crosses across to this root chart area, and sort of like the upper levels, or you could say the more surface level of the sun in this month. Now, on the 7th, you are advised to perhaps do something on behalf of another, be there for another, but also get out of your own way and be there for you in a really, a more sensible way, a more nurturing way, and as it is your birthday month, go and get some pampering. But also allow your dream self to come to the surface, allow your creative imagination to come to the surface. That would be good. Venus, up until the 12th, is in quite a background area of your solar chart to do with your inner feelings, to do with what you keep private, to do with your inner feelings maybe as well, also to do with the past, also to do with harking back to the past. And others can be rather sort of oblivious of what is going on for you. So you're a bit more self-protective, maybe needing to take a bit of a step back, need to touch base with yourself. You need to take yourself to places that can be nurturing and pampering to you. So it's all pointing at having, a pamper day or maybe a pamper week. And then that, going and having some therapies and so on and so forth. And then that can generally iron out any inner turbulence. Of course, it can't all be done by others. You've got to put in some work as well. But it just is really sort of putting yourself in environments which feed your soul. And then the work, the energies then are actually working in a way to get everything back into some sort of inner harmony. But around the 8th and the 12th, there you're going to have to push quite hard. There could be more on you, on your shoulders, more challenging circumstances around there. So just be aware of that date there. Try not to schedule anything majorly important for you. And also, there's another energy coming in on that day there as well, all those couple of days, which are really quite surprising. And it's a kind of very, very progressive, forward-moving wave, which is maybe a more supersonic, long-distance energy in the stratosphere. However, it is moving your life forwards. And it is less snarled and tangled around the feet by emotional stuff. So, in fact, you need to be determined, and you can be quite stubborn. So use it in a good way to take advantage of whatever's happening then, and to keep pushing forwards with it in this very, very progressive mode. Yeah. So now Mercury is also in your sign as the month kicks off. It's there until mid-month. It's there until the 16th. And this puts you very much in the stream of information exchange, and meeting, greeting, over the wires, in person, maybe more heavier inbox or correspondence in general, or things to get your head around, communications equipment. It could be about that, vehicles, things to do with vehicles, things like, the test that you've got to have on vehicles, things like that. And in general, more coming and going, and maybe more organizing, more working it out, thinking it out, using your rational left brain. But also looking for quiet spaces whenever you can, because this is your birthday month, isn't it? So, yes, you should be doing that. And then Mercury does move on the 16th, and then conversations tend to have a much more practical slant, and maybe to do with repairs and maintenance and that type of thing. Maybe it was that test on the car and you need to get a new exhaust or something, whatever. It can also be about stuff. It can be about getting rid of stuff, acquiring more stuff. It might be somebody else's stuff, organizing stuff, stacking stuff, and it can be about property. It can be very much about property matters, buying, selling, renting, leasing, and you could have quite a lot on your mind from that point of view. But try to avoid major decisions around the 18th and the 19th, because you are rather inclined to build castles in the air, or to have your head in the clouds then, and not see the small print, not see the obvious, that you would see on another day. Now, Venus comes out of this rather obscure background area where you're keeping your feelings to yourself, and maybe you've got your fingers crossed about something that you very, very much desire, you see. It can be like that. Or a person, But then when Venus comes into your sign, joy. You got the sun in your sign, you got Venus in your sign. What's not to like? So Venus comes into your sign for about 3 weeks, and it supports a very gregarious, friendly, sociable mood. Again, more pamper days, more therapy, more, makeovers and retail therapy, obviously. But also meeting the world with more ease, feeling better in your skin, doing yoga, doing things that help you to feel stretched and relaxed, and just absolutely in the present, and very much in your power, Leo, and be following up on whatever pursuit or entertainment or relationship or venue, to underpin that energy that is trying to deliver to you there. And connecting with those that are important to you. This will underpin and give a boost to wonderful maybe meetings, or new relationships, or love relationships, or business type relationships. And also it's a great morale booster. And you could be feeling a little bit self-indulgent with all of this pampering going on, but after all said and done, it is your birthday month, well, nearly the whole month, and we don't want to be pedantic, we could just do the whole month. But you might find, though, with Venus there, that you are being a little bit over the top with your self-indulgence, and you've actually splashed out a little bit more than you meant to in the first place. So just be kind of a little bit asking maybe for a second opinion on something, and perhaps just not allowing that flow of abundance to flow too much away from you. Just allow it to flow towards you, which it very, very much can. With being in that position there, it's a good time for yourself. Put yourself out there though, and work the energy to your advantage. Now, Saturn at the root of your chart, I mentioned before, having to take responsibilities for decisions of the past, relationships of the past, but also things that weren't your responsibility, which just got laid down, and now you're having to sort of confront them. And that can be about conditioning, it can be about emotional patterns, and every time you do that same knee-jerk response with somebody or because of somebody. This can also be about property and points on the map, localities. And with Mars coming in here, it's very much Mars is revving the engine and wanting to get on with things, and Saturn is just being very circumspect and cautious and gradual, and just incrementally getting the thing to build, to come together, to build, whether that is on the emotional level through the family dynamic or members of the family, or whether it is more on the external property level, neighborhood, tribal. It's an energy which is very thorough, which loves to build. Saturn, this is, but takes its time, and one does find a lot of challenge with the Saturn energy, because one has to really bite the bullet and do things that it's to do with repair work in a way, or indeed scrapping something altogether and starting again, and that's through the area of family or property, or historical relationships, which seem to become more relevant in the present again. More relevant in the present from the past, or to do with a lifestyle of the past becoming more relevant in the present. So you're tying up loose ends from the past with this Saturn energy here, but Mars coming in, and by the way, you Leo is born in the middle 10 days, or with 15 to 19 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most at the moment, but it's felt by the whole sign in a sort of diluted way. And with Mars coming in here, it's the energy of the high power, engine that just wants to maybe steamroller over things in its haste because it's impatient. So there can be some cross swords, there can be some inner tensions, maybe because the thing is picking up a head of steam, if that is to do with family. Or it might be to do with property, and it might be more external. It might not be that more sort of sensitive area of the inner world so much, but it might be partly. But it might also be more like DIY. Let's get this done with this stuff. Let's, move these kind of TVs and washing machines and whatever, or it might be to do with hunting for the right place, or you might not be at home, you might be somewhere away from home, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on, and maybe loud noises, and maybe things that annoy you every now and again. So it could be like that. It makes it a real sort of a bee's hive, right kind of in your own backyard, or if it's not your own backyard, it's wherever you're located, and you can be very busy, maybe even on the road, and you're living on the road, maybe in an RV or something like that. So it can be, and it rules engines. I mean, it literally, Mars does rule engines. So Mars just wants to speed things up, and there will be moments of tension there, and conflict, and you have to confront certain things to do with the past. but also you'll have to confront certain things, skeletons in the closet, yeah, but also certain things about the present, and that might be to do with property matters or places on the map. And also, you know, parents and parenting itself. It might be about parenting itself. And some sort of legacy that's been handed down. Anyway, until the 20th, from the 23rd, then the sun moves into a more financial area. It joins the area that Mercury is going to be in, and then it very much lights up that area of which is about stuff. It can be about property, it can be about possessions, it can be about resources of various kinds, and how to improve incomings, outgoings, how to improve and organize things which are on basic levels in your life, sort of rolling up your sleeves and getting organized there. And on the 29th, though, try not to schedule anything important. In fact, take some time out there if you possibly can, because your external, physical, worldly type energies will be rather sort of flatlining on that day there. So if you can just float off for the day, that would be ideal. And also if you can tap in and tune in, that would be ideal as well. And then Jupiter, well, of course, this is the big news, and I should have put it at the, you know, on as the first item. Jupiter has come into your sign, and you know, it's nice to end with a flourish here, because this is heralding a huge new growth spurt, a huge new cycle, in fact, of 12 years, but a growth spurt for you over this year. And it'll be affecting you very early, children of the golden winged lion at the moment, those of you born in the first week or so. And you could be feeling, you know, that you can branch out, that there's promise, there's potential, and that'll be for you very early Leo's rising too. And it can be quite exciting, and you can be feeling quite enthusiastic, and you'll be on quite a learning curve. There could be more learning, more travel, more maybe connection with those at a distance, or a foreign culture, and or you could be going into formal training as well for something. But this is definitely your opportunity to think bigger and reach for the golden ring on the merry-go-round of life. And that's it for August. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. And also, if you want to check out anything, this text is written up on my website. And I wish you well, and I'll see you the next time.